morning, soul family. Whew, it's a clear sky day, but it's getting crisp. I love the cooler weather. It's nice, but it's too cold for me to sit out here in the morning and do our readings, which is a bummer for me. I really enjoy being able to see our animal messengers, but I figured I'd let you guys take a look at what we're working with today. So things are calm. I feel like people are just, you know what, moving on. It's like we're just everyone's kind of just doing their thing, you know? There's no holding back, there's no stressed out, there's no fights. It's just like, you know what, this is it. This is where we are, this is where we're at, we're just living. People moving forward. So let's see what goes on with our readings today. What we're gonna do is, we're gonna start with, I wanna organize this. I cleared off my desk here, so I've got a little bit more room. And I've got a whole bunch of different new decks I wanted to work with. So I've got this organized there, so hopefully you guys are able to see the cards. And I'm going to start with we're starting with the Psychic Tarot by John Holland. So I'm going to start with water signs. And we're going to go through each and every one of you guys. So for water signs, this deck is extremely stiff. It's a hard one to shuffle. It's interesting that I chose a deck that's really stiff and hard to shuffle, because I kind of feel like the energy is kind of like that. Where, like I said, you know what, people are like all about business now. It's kind of like, you know, I don't feel like there's a lot of bending happening right now. That's the energy that I'm getting anyway. It's kind of like, you know what, it's going into cooler weather. It's kind of like about, you know, time for life to get serious and just get making decisions and moving forward. So let's start with Cancer. All right. Perfect. It's your time to shine. Right now, Spirit's saying, you know what? The focus is on you. Focus is on you to reach for the light and allow your own personal light to come through, and don't fight it. Don't fight it. Go with it. You know, don't shrink back. Don't hide your light. 1 and 9 is 10. That's what I'm getting, you know? It's time. It's time to just follow our path, move forward. There's one person in this picture, nobody else. And her heart is on, I mean, her feet are on what looks like a heart. Can you see that? But she's reaching up for the light, and she's saying, you know what, Father, fill me. Fill my heart with light, because I'm ready to move forward. She's leaning into it. She's, it's almost like this is like the Fool, right? That's what I see when I look at this card, is that she's not worried about it. She's got her arms back. She's not looking. She's just going. She's just saying, you know what? Let's do it. Let's just take it. Okay, let's see how this applies to you. That's what I'm getting from this. There's an ending of something, or the end of the old way of being, and this is a willingness to just move forward. Right? This is a willingness to follow Spirit's guidance. It's almost like the person's saying, I surrender. You know what? Show me. Show me where to go. So, let's see where Spirit's telling you where to go. 2 more. Okay. And this deck I am working with is the Psychic Tarot by John Holland. So the Psychic Tarot of the Heart is that one. So the focus on right now. So it could be that right now, being the fact that she's offering up her heart, it could be that you are wanting healing in your heart area, in love and relationships. You're wanting that. You're possibly needing to have your heart balanced, right, and cleared, your chakras, your heart chakra. And she's willing. She's willing. She's also very receptive, right? She's receptive. And she's asking, fill me with healing energy. This looks like a Reiki picture to me when I look at that. I was doing Reiki last night, and I ask for, you know, this is what we do. I ask for the Father. I go to him first before I call in the Reiki masters, and I ask, fill me with this divine healing, loving energy. And I move it through all of the main, you know, organs the vital organs. And this is what it feels like. She's being filled up, and she's at a place of calm. And she recognized this is about self-love. All right, so for Cancer, how else would this apply for you? Okay, love begins. Now look at, this is in reverse. So she's not focusing on, this is not about focusing on love with another person. This is focusing on love for yourself, because that might be what's going on here. There may be a healing that needs to take place here because of an end of a relationship, or the feeling of not having this love poured out, because this is love begins and it's in reverse. So there could have been an ending, or maybe somebody has just not had their heart open. They haven't, and they're working. They have healing that's taking place with their heart at this time. So let's ask for a message of guidance, and perhaps maybe another message that might come through for others. So yes, it's exactly what I was getting. So this is about self. This is about going in. This is about taking time possibly to heal from heartbreak. This is about, and it doesn't have to be heartbreak. It may be that you're dealing with childhood issues, that there's a healing that really needs to take place, and you have recognized this in your state of transformation, of ascension, because this is an ascension that's happening, right? And there's no love being poured out here by others. So when there's no love being poured out by others, we need to fill ourselves. And that's what this is telling you. This is about self-love. This is about filling yourself and not being the one that is reaching out to anyone else to fill you. I don't need someone to fill me. I need to complete myself and feel whole and complete in myself. And so I realize that right now it's important that I focus on my own self-care, my own self-worth. I'm looking at a solar plexus color here, yellow. I am worthy. Even though it's going through the heart, she's telling her heart that I am worthy. And I deserve this self-care. Last night I had an Epsom salt bath. My girlfriend made me beautiful essential oil bath bombs, and I did exactly what Spirit's been asking us to do. So I would suggest that this is also something that should be done. As you see the water pouring down here, there may have been a lot of tears that were happening. There may be a lot of emotion that needs to be expressed at this time. And so allow the tears to fall. Also, get your feet into the water. It's getting too cold to go into the lake, into the rivers, into the ocean now, but we can get into our ocean in our bathtub. We can create an ocean feeling setting in our bathtub with essential oils. Would be beautiful. I see these as like the little oils swirling around the water to nourish your skin. Also, the scent is healing. So choose the essential oil that would be, you know what I'm going to do? Hold on. I'm going to bring the essential oil kit out. And I'm going to ask. Excuse me, first thing in the morning. Okay. I have so many essential oils, but I'm going to ask for you guys. I'm going to see where I'm guided as far as that. And I don't have to see the names. I'm just going to look at the colors of them. So orange comes right away. Her hair is what's coming to me. And lemongrass. So if you have these are very refreshing scents. This will give you the feeling of laying in a grass field. So citrus, lemongrass is a beautiful, beautiful essential oil. I use that in my diffuser. So even if you're not, I'm going to do that for myself today. Even if you are not going to put your essential oils in your tub, put them in your diffuser, because the healing scent is very, very helpful for you as well. And these are the colors that well, look at that. These are the colors that come. I didn't even realize. The colors of love, self-love, and healing, right? And this is, I can do anything I set my mind to. I am capable. I will create for myself the life that I know that I deserve. And I don't need to lean on anyone else in order for this to happen. So that's what I'm getting for Cancer. I'm going to keep these out for me. God, they smell good. Just opening up that. So you go, Cancer. That's awesome. Because that's how I feel as well. All right, Pisces. We're going to go to Pisces. And Pisces, are we working with the same deck? I heard no. Okay. You're working with the Oracle of Shadows and Light, Pisces. Correct for neutrality on all levels. You know, it was interesting last night. I was in my dreams. I had several different dreams. I was up and down and back and forth, and I watched somebody critique my videos. It was funny. I watched them, how somebody was saying, oh, this one's better than her, and it's not my own, it's not my insecurity at all. But it was funny because they were saying she takes some of her own words and uses some of their, you know, their stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm reading my cards here. So I don't know what's going on, but somebody has doubt in my abilities and I don't. So, all right, Pisces. 2 more. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I love the way this deck feels. I could work with this deck every single day, just like this one deck. You know, if this was like a double deck, I could probably just break it down and work with Shadows and Light and Shapeshifters, or Divine Circus. You know, I love these cards. It's like somebody else working with the tarot every single day, right? But I just kind of like giving you guys a variety. Look at that. Okay. Pisces, it's the most important message for you. Well, right now, you are not liking somebody. This is interesting. You got this message before. I'm not going to be as harsh on you as I was the last time because I got a really, really upset person asking me, you know, saying, you know, that reading was very powerful, but you were really harsh. You were brutal. And they felt that I wasn't sensitive enough to what Pisces are going through. And that's not the truth because I'm in a Pisces moon. So I'm very sensitive to and I'm very sensitive, period, to what people are going through. But when Spirit has a message to deliver, I deliver the message. And the message that you have been told again and again is that there's somebody in your company that you're not liking. Wow, and there's the osprey. Can you see him? He just landed on the tree. Wow. Okay, this is definitely your message because the osprey absolutely speaks for someone that I was connected to that's a Pisces. So I don't know if the message, it's not that we're not getting the messages, it's that we're choosing not to listen. So at this time, somebody's pushing your buttons, somebody is taking your energy, somebody is overstepping your boundaries, they're draining your energy. Whatever it is that's going on, you know that you're not happy with this situation, but you have tried to be kind. They're disregarding your feelings. You're an afterthought. You know, everyone else is asked to go somewhere and you're not invited. It's that kind of thing, you know, right in front of you. They're disregarding your feelings like you don't count. And you're allowing this to happen. You're trying to, I don't know, tow the boat. I think that's what you are doing. You're towing somebody's boat. You know, they're not even in there with the oars paddling. You're towing them. You are dragging around somebody else's bullshit behind you. And they have no problem with it. They think it's great. They're enjoying it. So they're pretty much, they're good with this situation, but you have been not wanting to be mean. You have not been wanting to step in and say enough is enough. So Spirit is saying, this is it. You need to put your boundaries up. You're carrying other people when they are perfectly capable of doing it. And it doesn't matter if you talk until you're blue in the face. They won't hear you. They think you should do what you're doing. They feel entitled. They feel privileged. They are basically completely 100% confident that you are their patsy. That's how they feel. You can't talk them into understanding. You can't get them to believe that what they're doing is wrong. They know that. They don't care. That's the point. This is the point that, you know, Pisces, you're so gentle and kind and giving. You're not, it wouldn't even be a concept in your mind that somebody else would take in such a manner, that somebody would do that. But that's exactly what's going on. And Spirit's saying it's time to say enough is enough. And you need to speak your truth. I have a client right now that is in a situation like this, and it breaks my heart. He's got a brother and his girlfriend and child living with him, not paying any bills, This guy's struggling to do everything as the phone gets cut off, the heat gets cut off, and the other person, he says, I try to tell him, but he's all, feeling sorry for himself and feels like, he's paranoid about the world and I need to take care of him. And I said, no, you don't need to take care of him. He's leaving the house to go live at his mother's because the phone's been cut off and now the electricity is going to be cut off. It's like, okay, what do you have to do? Now you're leaving your own house so somebody else can take over your own house? What does Spirit need to show you? You're bringing this upon yourself. You are causing yourself this pain. It's time to bring out the sword and cut the cord. I kept hearing on the radio, it's time to say goodbye, LA. It's time to, it's lights out. That's what it is. So they're not getting it. So at this point, I wouldn't even say, say it nicely, because it's gone beyond saying it nicely. Now it's gone to get out. That's what it is. I want you gone. This is a banishment. So we're going to go to the Nature's Whisperer. When you don't stand up to people like this, it's interesting because a lot of times you feel threatened by them, or you feel, I don't know why you would allow this to continue. But it's interesting how when you stand up to people, all of a sudden they're not so strong. The reason that they are able to do this is because they know that you won't buck it. They know that. But if you stood up to them, they would not have the power. The only reason they have the power is because you're giving it to them. And as soon as they realize that you know that, they've lost their power. They will intimidate and they will, go along and do whatever they need to do to keep you feeling that you have to deal with this. And it could just be that you're at a well, we'll see. We'll see what comes out. Actually, I'm going to go to a different deck than this one. That one's not going to work. We're going to go to a different deck. We're going to use the Psychic Tarot. How does this apply for different Pisces? Hold on. I'm going to see what the radio is saying. It's better on the other side. Temptation. I was wondering about that. If what this is that's taking over. Who is this? Is the devil. This is literally what I got. Now, the very first thing that's going to come with this is this could be a Capricorn, because in the tarot, the Capricorn is considered the devil. So it could be the devil card. It could be a Capricorn that's doing this. And I'm seeing that actually for a lot of Pisces, that it is a Capricorn that's doing this. Otherwise, it's a temptation. This is, and it's like you keep turning back to it. You keep reaching back to it. You know this is not in your highest good. And you want to turn away. But it's like it's got a grip on you and you keep reaching for it. So what is it? Is it a drug? It is a drug to you. It's your drug of choice. What is it? Is it wanting to be accepted? This is a key with a heart on it here. Is this a love? Is this an impossible love situation that you know will never go anywhere, or they will never treat you with respect? It's got its clutches around you. It's a temptation to you. And even you keep trying to pull away, but you're not. So I'm looking at 1 and 5, which is 6. So to me, that's the material world. So is it work? Is it a business that you're involved in that you know is bad, is not in your highest good? It's literally the fucking devil, and it's got its grip on you, and you want it so bad. There's something attached to this, and there's love attached to this. And it's not good for you. It could be family that's treating you this way. It's my family. But they treat you like shit. Look at this. This is like a giant spider. You know what this, I'm getting also? This is a black widow. This is a married woman. This is a married woman. Or this is a woman that consumes men. And she throws you away. That's all she wants. You're a sex object. That's all it is. You need to recognize that you're part of this cosmic universe. This is the universe in front of you. This is you moving forward. This is you connecting to spirit. This is the opposite of this. The opposite. Whatever this temptation is that you keep reaching out for, that's consuming you, that is torturing you, that is taking from you, that is draining your energy. It could be a drug itself. It could be alcohol. Whatever it is, it keeps pulling you back. It's pulling you back. Is it the drug of needing to be needed? There's something here. You know what I'm seeing here too, which is heartbreaking. And this is what I'm seeing right now. There's a light attached to this heart. You see that? There's a light. You're reaching for that light. And it's attached to this. So there's something that's attached that you might be trying to save. That's attached. It might be a child in a family. Like I'm thinking about my client. There's an innocent child that's involved. And the parents are shitty parents. And so he's seeing this little light and he doesn't want that light to go out. But the problem is, I've heard this in my dream recently, it's not yours to take. You can't take that away from there. It's not yours. And you know, every child is not just a child. We're also from the universe. We are also a child of the universe. Do you not think your father understands what's going on? You are not being asked to save that child. You know, you're a martyr right now. Because if this was something that Spirit wanted you to be there to take care of, they wouldn't be giving you this message. They're giving you this message because they will take care of it. It is not for you to take. This is not yours. It's attached to someone else. This light, this is a falling star. Are you falling for a shooting star? One without a permanent scar. Is that what you're after? Are you reaching for someone who's falling? A star. You're very, very tempted and drawn to this. But it's a falling star. And I'm thinking, you know, the song, even the stars, they burn. Some burn and fall to the earth. You're reaching for something that's going out. Or you're reaching to try and save something or someone that Spirit's asking you not to make your responsibility. Are you reaching for fame? That there's a key attached to that. So it's not like you're reaching for the heart in this situation. This heart is dipped in blood. You're reaching for this light. You're not seeing that your heart is in a cage here. Do you see that? They have the key to your heart. It's locked up. And you're seeing only one aspect of it. I want to see if there's something else that we can do to clarify. This is deep. And then I got to move on. Maybe I know that I'm drunk. Okay, so maybe you take something in order to help you function. Maybe you're trying to help heal your heart and you reach for a drink, you reach for a drug, you reach for a prescription pill and you're hooked on it. Maybe it's a prescription drug that you take to help you deal with your wounded heart. I don't know, but whatever it is, it's got you in clutches. And Spirit's saying it's got to stop. Okay, so can we ask what this might be? It's your family. It's your family. I'm sorry. There's somebody missing. Are you heartbroken because you've lost somebody in your family? That they're no longer there. And your heart is just aching and you can't let go of the grief. You're reaching for something, for someone, and they're not there. But they're always there. That's what this message is. They're always there. Don't you understand? They'll never leave you. You're never by yourself. You are part of this universe, and you are loved. Don't hurt yourself reaching, thinking that you don't have that connection when you do have that connection. Are you so consumed with this grief that you can't let go? What role would you like to have within your family? Allow your life to find meaning through creating or deepening family ties. There's a dysfunctional family situation here. You're taking on the responsibility of something that isn't yours. You're reaching for someone who is gone. You're medicating yourself or not allowing your heart to heal. Whatever it is, you are choosing to do it. Call all the ladies out there in their finery. 100 jewels on. We're on each other's team. Spirit's trying to tell you, you're on my team. Dancing around the lies you tell, even the comatose. You live in cities you'll never see on screen. So this is your team. This is who you run with. You feel like you're going to let your team down if you pull away. But Spirit's letting you know that there's a soul family, a spiritual family, and a loving family wouldn't allow this to happen to you. Right? We are on each other's team, Spirit says. You reach for soul family. There's somebody missing you. There's somebody reaching for you and you're not there. You're not reaching for the right thing. I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry. I wish I could. I wanted to bring something positive into this, but that's just the way it is right now. So I'm going to move on. This is just a repetitive message that keeps coming, and unfortunately the only thing that anyone can do is make the choice for themselves, right? Nobody can tell you what to do. Scorpio. Let's move on to Scorpio. We're going to work with the wisdom of the Oracle. Kind of over being told to throw my hands up in the air. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Scorpio. What is the message that Scorpio needs to bring to their attention, to look to? Now realize, everyone, please, that obviously these readings are not going to be resonating for everyone. That was a very specific, well, there were a few different scenarios in that. But if this does not resonate for you today, there's a lot of other readers, and it may resonate tomorrow. So, and also, like I said, listen to the other readings. You've got other zodiac parts in your chart, Find out what your chart is, so you know what your rising sign is, your moon sign, your sun sign, right? People seem to know when they're born, but they don't know what their moon sign is. I'm an Aries sun in a Pisces moon with Gemini rising, Mercury in my Taurus, and Virgo in my Venus. So I've got, all of them. We all have aspects of ourselves. All right. Scorpio. Loyal heart. Lovely. This is beautiful. So this is loyalty. You're experiencing loyalty. You're recognizing loyalty in another. You're recognizing a mirror. This is beautiful. These are hearts open. These are two dedicated to the same way of living, the same way of thinking. These ones have reached a state king. They're at least king, if not the emperor and the empress. This is definitely a soulmate connection. This is beautiful. Now, this doesn't have to be a lover. It could be a family member or a friend. We have all kinds of soulmates, but you got the key to each other's heart. And you're looking back at one another. You've got each other's back. This is awesome. Now, this is in the upright. So this is either saying that this is what you are experiencing within a relationship. And if you're looking to establish this kind of a relationship, all you have to do is continue to be this, because we are who we send out, right? When people are, and we don't allow people to disrespect us. We don't. This is somebody who is expecting equal treatment, giving and receiving. That's what this is. This is a reciprocal energy. This is extremely healthy. This is also letting you know that Spirit has a loyal heart, right? I love this. This is beautiful. So let's go and ask, which other ways does this apply for Scorpio? If anybody would like a reading, my website is www.theangelswhisper.com. My email address is sherrycolumbus@yahoo.com, SherryColumbus. If you're new to my YouTube channel, welcome. Please click subscribe so that you can get notifications of the readings. Also, if you find the information helpful, I would appreciate if you click a like. You don't have to click a no. If you don't like, if it doesn't resonate, if it doesn't resonate, it's just not your message. There's also a donate button if you would like to help contribute towards me being able to spend so much time with you guys every day. Every little bit is appreciated. This is a lot of energy on my behalf, and takes a lot of my time up. I love to do it. This is definitely my path, but we all have to pay bills, right? So You know, don't be afraid of, every little bit helps. All right. So, Scorpio, what else do we want to say about this, or how else can this apply for us? Okay. So, you may be feeling you don't feel successful. So right at this time, you may not feel that you have found this loyal heart. You're not feeling victorious. You're not feeling like, maybe you're not feeling like somebody understands your loyalty. You may not feel that that you're being appreciated for what you're doing. But you have to recognize that you're doing this because this is the kind of person you are. You put that out into the world. You may not get it back from where you're expecting to get it back, but you will get it back. It does come with a return. Anytime we send love out, love comes back. So there's somebody that's not being loyal to you. That may be a situation where you're looking in the mirror and you're realizing, you know what? There is disloyalty in this relationship. And so what happens then? You need to have a conversation. You need to figure out what's going on here. Is there anything we can do to come to some kind of a healing between us? If not, then it's time to respect yourself and move forward. Let's see how this affects you in another way. I will go to the Whispers of Love. There's a lot of detail. I love these cards. There's a lot of detail in these cards. They're beautiful. Maybe you're focusing too much on they're not there. Maybe the negative qualities in something. Or maybe you're focusing on the negative, period. Instead of maybe what you could do in the situation is look towards what are the good qualities. We all have negative qualities, right? We all have, and when you look in the mirror, we'll recognize, maybe you're looking at, there's a part of you that you're recognizing in another that you don't like. So realize that for every negative quality somebody has, there's also a positive quality. Also, even though I was loyal to this company, I wasn't chosen. Even though I was loyal to them, they cheated on me. Well, that just means it's not in your highest good. It's not where you're meant to be, right? There's no loss for you. Is it that you, as a loyal heart, can help somebody who suffered a loss? Maybe that's what's happening here. Okay, how else can we define this message? Slow down. Okay, so you're getting ahead of yourself. Let me move this forward here. So slow down. You're getting ahead of yourself, and you are maybe jumping the gun on something. Maybe you're jumping the gun on something. Maybe you're thinking in a defeatist way. Spirit is literally saying that, you know what, you're getting ahead. You're imagining things. So you can see this one in their dream time, right? Maybe you're wanting this kind of a relationship. You're dreaming about a couple down here dancing, right? There's a couple of fish here. This is what you want. This is what you want. And you don't have that here. Maybe you just don't have that yet. Maybe you're just moving too quickly because Spirit is asking you to slow down. You might be jumping to conclusions. You might be wanting to rush a situation before the time is there. Spirit's asking for you to slow down. I'm going to ask for one more. Aren't those cards beautiful? I love them. I'm going to have to get like some kind of a longer, like maybe a picture frame holder or something to hold up these cards now that I've chosen to do so many at one time. Okay. I'm losing space here. I just want you guys to see that I am choosing the cards. Love endures. Okay. This is perfect. So what's going on here is there's a bit, now I understand why people want me to do this card sideways, this camera sideways. Okay. So love endures. It doesn't give up and it doesn't lose faith. So there may have been a situation here. This may have been a couple and you've had a defeat. You've had maybe somebody has made a mistake. Somebody has stepped out. Somebody has let you down. Somebody wasn't there for you when you wanted them to be there for you, or when you thought that they should have been there for you. You're disappointed in something, or as I said, maybe somebody's moving quicker than another person because you're being asked to slow down. It could be slow down because you're asking things to go too quickly, or you're jumping to conclusions, or you feel like with me, this is taking too long. It's just taking too long, right? Years and years and years. But here you see in this beautiful painting, God, this is gorgeous. You see this couple in this ship with a lion in the front, and the lion is talking about endurance. It's talking about strength. Love endures. It doesn't give up. It doesn't lose faith. It's ever hopeful, and it withstands every situation. So maybe, oh, I've got a beautiful message for you guys here as well. In your family, you are very, very loyal, and you have had a defeat. You're hit maybe hard times. You have not been successful. Maybe someone's lost a job. Maybe somebody's not doing well financially. Something has happened. You're very, very loyal. You're wanting to, you're frustrated. Why, you're asking why is this not moved forward? Why is this, and Spirit's saying, you know what, just relax. You're getting ahead of yourself. It's okay. Love endures. And maybe that's what you're doing. There could be somebody returning back. The song says, everybody knows we've got unfinished business. Everybody knows we've got unfinished business. And if I had the chance, I would go back to you. So maybe that's what you're thinking. You broke up, you had a breakup, and you're dreaming of this, and you want this back. And Spirit is saying, you know what, love endures, and just because you're not together now doesn't mean you won't come back together. What's the point in hiding? Everybody knows we've got unfinished business. So maybe are you afraid to move back or to try again, but you can't get them out of your mind. You're dreaming about them. Love endures. This is beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to go to who? So we did water signs. Now we're going to go to fire signs. No, we're not. We're going to go to earth signs. I'm going to do fire last. So earth signs, and we'll start with Capricorn. I'm writing this down this time, and I'm going to one by one cross this off as I go because I mess this up too often. Once I get the hang of doing this way, because this is a different way of reading. Remember, you guys, I never used to do it this way. So I'm going to bring Ganesh. Maybe he'll help me hold stuff up, right? Everything happens for a reason. Just know that, even when it feels the worst. Okay. You know what? The song, you could break my heart in two, but when it heals, it beats for you. So that may have happened. My heart still beats for you. I still love this person. Even though we broke up, I still love them. I can't get them out of my head. I'm dreaming about them. And it's showing you that, you know what? Love is the strongest thing on the planet. It endures. And even through a breakup, you can bring things back together. And sometimes that had to happen. Sometimes that's just the way things went down so that someone had to learn a lesson, right? And this applies to everyone, not just Scorpio. All right, for earth signs. For you, we're working with the Divine Circus Oracle. I don't know all of these cards. I have to, like the stories to these cards are pretty deep. I like using this deck though. I'm drawn to this deck, so I hope you enjoy it. So earth signs, and we're gonna start with Capricorn. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Oh, wow. Okay. So this situation here, this is okay. So now I'm getting a connection between Pisces and Capricorn, because there's somebody here that is. When you look at this picture, the very first time I saw it, I thought, oh, how cute! I love her baby doll dress, right? And I've heard in my head, baby. So her cute little baby doll dress, and she's got, her candy all over her face, but she doesn't have candy on her face. What she's got on her face is blood. She's bruised. This one is beaten. This one is a beaten person that has been abused. She's either been emotionally, physically, or sexually abused. And that's what I'm getting with Pisces, wanting to protect somebody who's been abused, but they are in a situation where they can't. So I'm just saying, you guys might have a crossover here. They can't take this one out of that situation, and though they want to, their heart breaks. I've seen in my dreams, there's a family, a husband and wife, and the husband is abusive to the wife and to the daughter as well. And this one wants to reach out and save them, but they stay. They continue to stay. They want to stay because they're dressed in finery. They're treated very well financially. They get a lot, but they're physically abused, and the daughter is sexually abused, molested by the father. But they stay there. So in this situation, that's what's going on, is somebody has been abused. This is a cycle of abuse. Somebody calls you sweetheart, but they don't treat you as a sweetheart. Now remember, this is you or someone else. Is this situation, it is not worth what you're wearing. It's not worth what it looks like on the outside when your soul is being treated like this. You can't buy a car. That's what I watched in my dreams. Go pick out a car. You know, go pick out a car after he beats her up, or after he treats her the way he does. You know, sends you on a trip to Europe. And you're used to that lifestyle. Maybe you're afraid. This is like a somebody that's with a sugar daddy, right? A sugar daddy. And the sugar daddy gives you all the riches and all the stuff you want, but he doesn't love you. He treats you like a sex object, and that's why you have affairs with good-looking younger men. Because there is no love in your relationship, but you're not willing to leave this relationship because it gives you material needs. That's one aspect. Another aspect is, this could be somebody in your life. Is there somebody in your life that is being abused, and you know this? This is about reaching out for help. You may feel trapped in this situation, but that's not the truth. This is a ladybug. Ladybug talks about wishes being fulfilled, and you deserve to be treated with love and respect. Are you in a relationship where you're being emotionally battered? Are you emotionally battering someone else? Because sometimes you don't see the bruises on the inside, right? On the inside, on the outside, it looks great, but on the inside, you're ignored, you're pushed aside, you're treated with disrespect, and you're put down, you're belittled. And you may feel like you can't get out of this situation. I'm telling you, you can. I was abused for 10 years. For 10 years, I lived in a relationship, but I didn't leave because I had been married and divorced, and I didn't want the shame. I was so shamed by being divorced. My family was embarrassed that I was divorced, and I didn't want it to happen again. So I stayed 10 years in an abusive relationship. I didn't start that way. I'm a very strong person. It was emotional abuse. It was also physical. There was somebody that was not able to control their anger, was not able to control the stress they were under, and when that happened, I would try to leave, and he would physically throw me back. 9 months pregnant, threw me down on the ground, threw me up into the cupboards, just could not get control of the anger. On the outside, very hardworking man, very comfortable house, looked like the perfect family, went to church, right? But this person learned that from his father, very abusive father. Everyone knew it. I went finally to the father. I didn't know it. I lived in Canada. My family wasn't there, so you may be feeling I'm not at home. I'm not in my element. You may feel that, you know what, my family warned me about this. They told me not to go here, but I didn't listen, and I went. But the thing is, you know what? It's not worth it. The shame. To me, it was the shame. I didn't want anyone to know. It was embarrassing. I didn't want anyone to know. If everyone knew, I would be just mortified. You have no shame to carry. The shame is theirs. You are your father's sweetheart. You're not their sweetheart. Whether this is not, and don't think that it's okay. Now, some people just, like I said, they stay in a situation like that because they're comfortable there. They don't feel comfortable to move out on their own. They don't think they can do it on their own. So let's see how this applies to you. Different ways that this applies to you. I'm telling you, I didn't leave until, my house was smashed apart. You know, he would come home from work and flip the table over. I can't tell you how many meals ended up on the walls. And it wasn't until he smashed out all the French door windows, and my little one was 5 years old standing next to me, and glass went flying right by her head. If I hadn't put her behind me, the glass it was right at her eye level. She could have lost an eye. It was big deal. I'm not exaggerating. It was bad. And I finally went to the phone, and I didn't want to call. I didn't want to call the police. I started to dial, and I said, I'm dialing. I'm calling the police. It felt like it took me years to get across the floor. And he was in my mother's face screaming. She was trying to stop it. And I picked up the phone, and I'm telling you, I didn't want to dial. That it had been happening for 10 years. And I said, I'm pressing 9. I pressed 9. I pressed 1. I pressed 1, and then it was ringing. And I said, they're calling. They're going to answer. And he wouldn't stop. He wouldn't stop. My kids were screaming. My mom, I was afraid he was going to hurt my mom. And finally, see, there's a butting of heads. Somebody doesn't want to hear this. But you know what? It has to be told. And my daughter doesn't like to hear this, and she gets angry that I share this. But you know what? It needs to be told. These situations happen. And it's not okay. And he's not the same person he was. He's not. He's changed. But he wasn't at that time. He wasn't able to handle it. And when people can't cope, they lose their cool. And the police came and he was arrested, and that was the end of the marriage. 10 years, though. And it is difficult because what he said to me, I tried before, right? I was going to leave him. I was going to get divorced. And he said, I will see you on the streets. I will see you with nothing. You will be on welfare. I will take everything. You've never worked. I was a stay-at-home mom. I worked. I did hair, but I was, I didn't support myself. I took care of the family. I had 2 little kids. But that's not what happened. That's not the truth. So if you're afraid that if you leave this situation, you may not have this opulent lifestyle. You may have to step out of that perfect society that you think you're in, but your wishes will be fulfilled. What you need, your safety, your self-respect, you will be able to get yourself strong again. And people don't look down upon you. They will not look down upon you. I thought so. Everyone afterwards, and the sad thing is, people said to me, they knew. And I said, what do you mean you knew? And they said, we could tell. I made excuses. Oh, I tripped. Or, I knocked that over accidentally. And they knew. And nobody intervened. And they were all part of the same very religious organization. So you may be part of a religious organization and there's no help there. I went to the father and said to his father, finally, this is what's happening. And he said, well, don't make him mad. I had no help there. So you have help from spirit. Reach out to your soul family. Reach out to Father. See, reach out to your real Father. Reach out to your Heavenly Father. To these diamonds, not these diamonds. There is light there. And look, 1 and 9 is 10. This isn't an ending. This door needs to be shut. Don't think that you won't be taken care of and that things won't become better for you. Sometimes it's a struggle. I would rather be in a and what was my answer to him? When he said that to me, my answer was, I would rather be on the streets than stay in this situation another day. I finally got to the point where I didn't care what my family thought. I didn't care if they were embarrassed that I got divorced again. That was a test. People wonder why, you've been married so many times, why you've been through this. There were things that we had to learn. That was a test for me. Am I going to love myself more? I know I'm taking longer, but this is this might be a very specific, and you may not be beaten. Right? You may not be beaten. You may just be belittled and put down. But you need to recognize the light within yourself. And this has got to stop. Sacred space. You deserve a sacred space where you feel safe. This is emerald gold and rose light surrounding you, and Spirit saying, surrender your concerns and worries and come into this place of healing. It's available to you. You need and you deserve to have a space that's sacred, where you feel safe. One more message. Kindness. Okay, first thought is you need to be kind to yourself. Second is someone is going to give you something, a gesture. There's going to be a kind gesture on your behalf, and it's going to rekindle your belief in the power of love. Remember to be kind to yourself. Now, the song right now, I'm not listening when you say goodbye, so you may have tried to leave. Don't try to leave. Leave. And if this is you or someone else, this may be the reason someone else is leaving you. I don't know how it applies, but this is a very serious matter, so I took a little longer with this message. Wow. You are not alone, ever. Ever. You reach out to Soul Family, I'm telling you, people are there for you. There are shelters, there are places to go. And it's sad that the material world is so powerful that somebody would risk their physical safety or their emotional, mental well-being. All right, song right now, I Want Something New. Then this semi-charmed life. See? Right on. Because that's all it is. It's a semi-charmed life. Reach out for it. You deserve it. All right, Virgo. We're going to go to Virgo. And we're going to go to the Gaia Oracle. I'm hopping around all over the place. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality. I get whipped up with that, because I'm telling you, I told you the other day, someone said, don't you have any idea, has it ever crossed your mind how it feels to be us? Yeah, you have no idea the things I've been through in my life. That's why I do this work. It matters to me a lot. It matters to me a lot. I would be at your door and get you out of there. You see a 5'2" person turn into a dragon. That would be me. And it's interesting because, you know, we could come to the defense of someone else. And if you watch that happen to someone else, you may be strong too. But for some reason, we allow ourselves to be beaten down gradually, right? We don't even realize that it's happening to us. And then we look in the mirror and we ask, who is that? That's not you. All right. Who are we on to? Taurus. Whoa. I gotta do that again, you guys. Sorry. My hands. I need to put lotion on my hands. If it drops all again, yeah, I didn't think it was going to. Okay, that one. Oh, how beautiful. Beautiful. So somebody that you have been thinking about is also thinking of you at this very moment. And it's a loving thought. Now, this could be somebody in spirit that has passed. This is a spiritual connection, absolutely. 9 and 2 is 11, and that's a twin number. So this is a divine energy, a spiritual energy. And this could be somebody that's away for business, somebody that has moved away, somebody that has distance with you, or maybe they're coming back from the past and there's memories that you guys are connecting with one another. So if you were wondering if what you were feeling was reciprocal, the song right now, I have loved you for 1,000 years. This is a twin situation. Watching you stand alone, all of my doubt suddenly goes away. So somebody has, you know, when distance makes the heart grow fonder, that's the truth. If it was real, love doesn't, remember that one message? Love endures. Love endures whether it's in physical or in spirit. So know that if you have lost somebody in your life recently, they are loving you. They are sending you that vibrational energy. And if you are away from somebody that you care about, they are also feeling that reciprocal loving energy. And all it takes for you to transfer thoughts back and forth is to feel that energy and recognize that connection that you have. I sing out loud. I talk out loud. When I do Reiki healing, I speak out loud. My eyes are falling asleep at night and I'm talking out loud as I send my loving healing energy out. So don't think that you can't be felt and you can't affect change in a positive way. If somebody out there needs you and is reaching out for you and you feel that energy, call them, write them, email them, text message them. And if you can't reach them, if you don't know where they are, you see them surrounded in this loving, healing light because this is coming to you. This is beautiful. All right, I'm going to go to the Whispers of Love again. I love this deck. This is beautiful. It's one of my favorite new decks. One step closer. It might be that you're drawing somebody back to you with the love. Love alone can do that. Without even words, your energy pulls you to one another. Correct for neutrality on all levels. And as I said, the song, I've loved you for 1,000 years, this could be a spiritual connection. And even through death, you will never lose that connection. Never. All right. Practice compassion. So I thought that this was the message I was getting, but I wanted to wait, so I didn't go on before I split off. There's somebody that needs your loving thoughts right now. So there may have been a misunderstanding between you and another, but right now, do you see this light shining down? And do you see this light shining down on this little bird? Somebody is thinking about you. They're thinking about you. They're somewhere else. And they need your love and compassion at this time. There may have been a fight between you and another. And the love is there. Is there any way that you can look at things? Spirit is asking you to look at things from a different perspective. They want you to try and see it through the lens of their eyes, where they are, what they're going through. The love between you is there. This is also letting you know that the love that you've been sending out, this healing, loving energy, is reaching them. Look. It's reaching them. Don't think that you can't affect change in a positive way, because you can, and you are. And if you thought that it didn't matter, they don't care, That's not the truth. They do. They care a lot. Someone's missing you. Someone's wishing they'd done something different. Someone's thinking of the good old days, right? And they're thinking in a positive way. So look at this picture. We, your guardian angels, surround you with emerald gold and rose light, pink light. Surrender your concerns and worries and enter the sacred space of love and healing. So let go of what you're worried about. Recognize that there is a healing that is taking place here. All that it needs is your willingness. You just need to be willing. Just keep your heart open. You're going to be getting little synchronistic events, little serendipitous messages like this song that's going along with this. Maybe this is something that meant something to you. When I look at a little bluebird, this is also a little bluebird told me, right? A little bluebird told me. So here you are thinking, and it's whispering in their ear. They're just thinking. Sometimes people don't know why all of a sudden they start thinking about you, and that's because you're sending love out. And that's happening maybe to you. Faith. Please don't lose faith. The storm clouds will soon clear and the sun will shine once again. See, here you are in this place. Whatever it is that you're going through, Spirit's just asking for you to keep an open heart and open mind, because the storm clouds are already clearing and the sun wants to come out on you in this relationship, because this is a relationship. This may be a child away from home. You may have had a fight with a child. It may be a younger brother or sister. Maybe your parents. Sometimes there's just stubbornness, ego, pride that gets in the way, or feeling like somebody can't come home, and that's not the truth. Okay. So we go to... Wow, we're moving along good, finally, for the first time in the history of man. Okay, so we're going to go to air signs, and we're going to start with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, we're going to start. We've come so far. We're going to work with the Shapeshifter Oracle. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Hope you guys had a fun Halloween if you dressed up. I didn't. For the first time, I dug out an old picture of me, the cat. I'm always the cat, so. But I went and had a bath bomb. That's what I did. I did actually Reiki healing on me and the ones that I love. I went to bed early because I had done hundreds of readings yesterday. Oh my God. Correct for neutrality on all levels. All right, for Gemini. My life is sweet. Okay, so two things come up when I look at this message. This is about, okay, you may be feeling like you've been putting a lot of work in, because these are worker bees, right? There's a pair of them. They're worker bees. They've been doing a lot of work. And the message from Bee Totem is get busy and get after the honey. It also represents sweet victory. So you may be saying, where's my sweetness? Where's my victory? I'm working, giving. And I don't see any honeycomb in my life. I'm looking for the sweetness in my life. And you may be feeling like you're watching other people in relationships, watching other people progress in their jobs, watching other people, buy houses, buy cars, and you're struggling. But Spirit's saying, we're with you. And your time of sweetness and victory is coming, but you are too focused on the material world. The number 6 is you are too focused on this material world. You need to elevate your thoughts to Spirit and recognize that the bee has the body shape of an 8, right? And that is infinite supply. And Spirit says you will be given what you need. You will be supplied what you need. Your time of sweetness is coming soon. All right, I'm going to, you know, a lot of times people say, yeah, you know, I've said it myself. I'm not just saying people. I'm saying it myself, right? I work and work and work and work, and it's like I don't see any change. Where's the change? Where's the change? But a lot of times it's about it. That's our part. Our role was to prove to ourselves that I did this. I made it through this. This made me strong. This made me independent. And what's interesting is sometimes we don't understand why things happen in a certain way. Why did I have to struggle this way through my work? You know, why did my relationship not come together? Because you were meant to struggle. You were meant to get to that place so you could stand on your own 2 feet alone and know that, you know what, I did this myself. Because a lot of times, like we saw with that sweetheart, there are people that will marry or hook up with somebody because of what they will get from them, right? They take this, they slide. They want someone to carry them, but that's not you. You're not going to be carried on someone else's back. You're doing this on your own. This gives you a sense of pride and self-respect. And you may be saying, yeah, well, you know what? I've been struggling. Well, your answer is, it's coming. Vic, my life is sweet. It's also look for the goodness in your life. Look for the sweetness in your life. Look outside of the material world as far as finances go and possessions go. And what is your health? Do you have people in your life that love you? Do you have good friends that you can count on? Do you have this to look at? This is free, right? Look for reasons to be happy. There are people that have nothing. And I know we all have that story. We all hear it and everyone gets sick of hearing it, but it's true. Have you ever watched that little thing about the 2 men that were in the hospital bed? And there was one man that was really pissed off because the old guy next to him was talking about all these beautiful things that he saw out of the window, and he was angry. He never said anything, but he's like, why does he get to sit on that? So I don't see anything. I'm sad too. I'm going through shit in my life too. And he can sit there and he can look at all, he has that view. I get nothing. Everybody else gets everything ahead of me. And he woke up the next morning and the old man's bed was empty. And he asked the nurse, where is he? He died in the middle of the night. So he said, and she said, would you like to move over? He says, can I move over into that side of the bed? He thought, finally I can have that side of the room and I can see and I can look out and enjoy what he got to look out. So he got moved to that side of the bed and they opened up the curtains and there was nothing there but a brick wall. That man was blind. He sat there and he described what he saw. We can do that with our own lives. We paint our picture. We can paint a bleak picture or we can paint a beautiful picture. We need to focus on the things that are beautiful in our lives. And more comes. An attitude of gratitude does wonders. Passion ignited. There you go. Right? Where is it? Where is it? Where's my sweetness? It's coming. It's coming because it's burned up here. So whatever it is, this could be passion for this project, and it's on fire. And there's the beginning of something happening here. So what effort that you have put in is working. If you've been trying to reach somebody, it's working. It's affecting the situation. There's passion being ignited. This is also, to me, resembles the phoenix rising. So from whatever difficulties, you're on the ascent. Look at the wings coming out of her back. She's focusing on spirit. And it's moving forward, and it's lifting. I'm going to go to the Whispers of Nature. I'm going to see what they have to say for you. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Be true to your heart. Okay, so stand in your integrity. Stand in your integrity is what I'm getting. Don't compromise yourself to get somewhere faster. Be true to your heart. Be true to yourself. Follow your passion. Do what's passionate for you. Be with who you're passionate about. Be true to you. You deserve the best. That's where your victory will be. It may not be in riches. It may be in love. It may be in goodness. But you have beauty in front of you. I want to ask for another message. What direction? I'm wondering if this has to do, it could be either or, right? This could be financial, this could be love. But they're asking you to be true to yourself and follow your passion. Get busy and get after the honey. Get busy and get after that bee. Are you hesitating moving forward? Not being true to yourself, not following your passion? Is that what's going on here? Are you so focused on material success that you are ignoring the loves in your life? Be true to your heart, passion ignited. You will accomplish it. The little hummingbird just came by. Hummingbird says you will accomplish what might feel impossible to yourself as well as others. Actually, I want you guys to see when I do this. Okay, so you're not focusing on the light. You're not looking to the light. You're not seeing the light in the situation. Maybe you need to see the light within this situation because you're not. Your light is not shining. You're not being true to yourself. You're not following your passion. That's why you're not victorious. Not why you're not feeling victorious. You're not focusing on the light. You're focusing on the money. You're focusing on the material. That's your main focus. If you turn this around and you focus on the light, Spirit brings. Sometimes all is required is for us to surrender it to Spirit, turn it over, put our focus on what is true, what our heart is truly asking for, what our heart is longing for. It's burning deep inside of you. Look at that. That is what you're supposed to reach for, but it's been dumbed down, it's been squelched, you're not feeling this passion inside. So are you not in the right circumstance? Your light's going out. Maybe you're working too hard, right? You're busy working. Maybe you do love what you do. You're passionate about what you do, but you're overdoing it because your light's going out. So you need to be true to yourself. I want to ask any other message that this might apply. One day when my light is glowing, I'll be in my castle golden. But until the gates are open, I'm going to live in this moment. So right now, you're dreaming of this castle. You're dreaming of these riches. One day when my light is glowing. But the problem is you need to have your light glowing first. Ignite your passion, but in your heart, in your soul. Be true to your heart. Not one day when my light is glowing, I'll be in my castle golden. That's what you need to be doing now. You need to be focusing on the light. Focusing in the wrong area. Gratitude. Yeah, this is about being grateful for what you have in front of you. You may have more in front of you than you actually are realizing. Make gratitude your new attitude. The stars will shine bright upon you, and all your world will become lighter. Well, it's not me beating you down. Look at this. That's what happens when you are grateful for what you already have, for what's in front of you. That's exactly what this just says. This came out in reverse. I'm wondering, where is it? I'm putting in all the effort. Where is it? Where is it? Because you're focusing on that. You're focusing on that instead of focusing on what you already have. What's within your heart. What you've already been given. All right, I'm leaving it at that because it's pretty clear. All right, Libra. Libra. Let's see. Correct for neutrality on all levels. When I ask for that, that takes me out of it, just in case you wondered. When I say correct for neutrality on all levels, it removes me from the scenario. So these are not my personal messages. I ask for it again and again to be corrected, to be brought to a neutral space so that the messages that I deliver are not personal. I'm just the mail lady. So that's why, you know, when I say if it doesn't resonate for you, you don't have to press a I don't like button, right? It's not coming from me. I'm not out here to get people. Spirit's giving you these messages. And why, if the message is what you want to hear, do you press a like button? And if the message you don't like to hear, you press a negative. I watch other readers too, and I can't imagine hitting the do not like button. The only way I would do that is if the person was attacking somebody. You know, they're saying disrespectful things. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. We're going to use the Animal Tarot to begin with. This is the only way that I can shuffle these cards because they're so thick. And they're so big, right? There's so many of them. My hands are so little. correct for neutrality on all levels. I'm going to back these guys up just a little bit. Yeah. My essential oil smells so amazing. Oh my God. I like working with all these decks. I like working at my desk too because, oh, that's it. Okay. Because then I get the option of reaching for all these different messages. Okay, so for Libra. Oh, that's why it was butting. Did you notice how it wouldn't go together? So that's what's going on here. There's a butting of heads. There's a tug of war happening here. This is a very competitive situation that's going on right now. And it's 5, which is significant changes happening, but 5 is also disagreements amongst a group of people. It doesn't have to be a group of people, but there's different varying aspects, varying thoughts that are not jiving. That's why the cards weren't going together. And this could be you in a relationship struggling between another. You just, it feels very competitive. It could be within a business situation, but you're not, no one's giving, right? No one's winning here. You can sit there and pull and pull and pull, but no one's getting anywhere. This one's not winning and neither is this one. And time is passing. The leaves are falling off the trees and there's no reason. This is what I'm looking at. When I look at this card, there's just no reason for this to be happening because it's blue skies. It's a beautiful situation, right? This is not in your highest good. So if you're in a relationship where you're constantly feeling like it's a push and pull, tug, 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 it's not happy for you. So what can you do to come to a compromise? Is this about ego? Is this about not wanting to be the one to drop the end, right? Do you know that dropping the end of the tug of war, that does not mean that you're a loser. That doesn't mean you're quitting and that you're giving up. It means I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. If I have to fight with you, I'd rather walk away, especially in a relationship. I don't want to compete with you. I want to win with you, right? I don't want control. I want to let go. Did you hear the lyrics of the song? I'll be ready. Are you ready? Let them know. I don't want control. Sometimes people, I gave the experience about my friend and I were walking along the beach, and this is a person who could never decide where, what he wanted to do. What do you want to do? I don't know. That was always the answer. I don't know. Where do you want to eat? I don't know. I don't know. What do you want to do? So I just said, oh, let's go here, let's go there. And so this one day we're walking along the beach, and what was funny is he liked me, right? And I just liked him as a friend. That was the problem. And I said, hey, let's go here. And he finally realized, he was getting annoyed because he wasn't getting anywhere. So it could be this kind of a situation. I'm not getting anywhere with this person, right? So he got kind of annoyed and he goes, I don't want to go there. And I said, okay, where do you want to go? And he literally stopped walking. And he said, just like that, that's it? And I said, what? And he goes, you're not going to argue? And I said, I don't care where we go. You just never make a choice. So I just, someone has to lead. Someone has to make a decision. So it could be that neither one of you are making a decision. I'm preferring to stay in there are people that will stay in a dysfunctional relationship because I don't want to be the one to walk away. I don't want to be the one to give up. That is ego. But it's not happy. Neither one of you are happy. Neither one of you are winning. So you can stand in your integrity, but you can also come from a place of love and compassion and think about yourself. I don't have to fight with you. I don't want to fight with anybody. This is, this is fruitless. So let's see. Let's go to, I'm going to go to the romance angels because I want to see if this to me feels like it might be a romantic situation. Now, you can apply this. It doesn't have to be lovers. It can be family, friends, and it can be work, because there's love amongst your workmates, right? You got to love your work. Otherwise, there's no point in doing it. I love what I do. So right now, there's a hidden agenda, right? It could be that, you're staying in a stalemate because, like I said, with my friend and I, he didn't want to just be friends with me. I thought we were friends. But it wasn't going anywhere, and it wasn't going to go anywhere because I wasn't interested in being anything more than friends. So be thinking of maybe someone has a hidden agenda in this situation, something that you maybe have not considered. So let's see what it's in regards to. Let your friends help you. Ask for help and accept support. So maybe you are trying, you're not willing to concede. You're taking this on. You're taking this on and you don't have the strength. It's not going anywhere. Whatever it is that you're pulling at, they're not budging. It's not budging. So let friends help you. So maybe you need to walk away from a relationship. You need to walk away from a job. This is not working. It's not in your I'm getting prickles. It's time to walk away. Ask for help. Ask for support. Maybe you can ask your friends, what can I do? Maybe you have mutual friends. Is there something that, what would you suggest? I would suggest not getting your mutual friends involved. I would go to outside of that because you don't want to, that's an uncomfortable situation, right? Unless friends already are aware of it. Maybe this is a relationship and your girlfriends or your guy friends are, hey, you know what? This is clearly you're not happy here. If they're truly your friends, they will want what's in your highest good, right? And also, spirit is your friend. Song right now, I can't read your mind. So maybe there's a push and pull, there's a tug because you're thinking they should know what I'm feeling. They should understand what I want from them, but they can't read your mind. This is calling in your soulmate. So maybe you're in a relationship that's just going nowhere. It's just functional. And Spirit's saying, you know what? It's time for you to visualize, actualize, and affirm to yourself, I want a soulmate. Someone that works for me, somebody that cares for me the way I care for them, because this is going nowhere. This is calling in your true soulmate. Ask your friends to help you out. Maybe somebody knows something. Somebody. Poker face, that doesn't help. Somebody's got a poker face, you have no idea what they're feeling. Oh, see, there's a butting of heads. It's just not going anywhere. You guys either are just on a different wavelength. It may be the right person the wrong time. Or it just may not be your best and your highest good altogether. Transformation. Through the great love that holds you in its embrace, you are moment by moment transforming to ever greater light, ever greater oneness, and ever greater wisdom. Well, right here, there needs to be a transformation, right? You need to call in your soulmate. You need to figure out how to fix what's not working. And if you can't fix it, it's time to move forward. Change. All right? It's time for a change. Life's a journey. It would be very unfulfilling if each step was exactly the same as the last, because life is always changing. It's forever fresh and new. Allow your life to unfold gracefully. Be grateful for what was, for what is, and for wherever it will be. This is done. This is done. The song right now, I'd rather be the hunter than the prey. This is a negative. Who needs to be a hunter or the prey, right? It's time for a change. Call in a soulmate. Ask your friends for help. This is a transformation in your life. It's not working. Whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship. If you can't come to a compromise, right? You get to choose your own transformation. If you're not willing to change, if you're not willing to change your perspective or compromise on the situation, then it's a no-go, right? Because Spirit's asking for that from you. All right, so now we go to Aquarius. Correct for neutrality on all levels, Aquarius. We're going to work with Angel Tarot for Aquarius. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For Aquarius. For Aquarius. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Aquarius. Okay. Oh my God, this is hard. Okay, so I'm going to just do it this way. Left or right, left. Okay. Aquarius. Queen of Fire. Okay, so this could represent a fire sign in your life. This is the Queen. So this is somebody who is standing on her own. This is somebody she's very creative, she's very passionate, she's very capable. She's commanding a dragon in front of her. She is standing in her light. She is confident. She's loving. This is the queen in the upright. This is a good ally to have in your life. This could represent somebody in your life that is emulating these qualities. They don't have to be a fire sign, but if that resonates for you, it is being shown as a fire sign. It doesn't have to represent a female. It can represent the male energy, but a very loving, nurturing, creative, confident person with the more nurturing qualities. Or this could be you, and Spirit saying at this time, assert yourself. Do not underestimate yourself. See yourself this way, because this is how Spirit sees you. This is about asserting your independence, standing on your own, doing what you can with what you have in front of you. You are the magician. Look at this. She's got this sword. She's wielding this. She's creating. This is a cauldron. She's commanding this dragon. This dragon is her pet. This dragon is her ally. This dragon is her best friend. This dragon protects her, works for her. She is the dragon. She's connected to the crystals of the earth. She knows how to work with the elements. Do not underestimate yourself. This is you and a bag of chips. This is who you're at. This has nothing to do with being egotistic or prideful. This is knowing you are connected. This is knowing you have the ability. This is telling you, follow what you're passionate about. Show your passion. Do not be afraid to step into the light and step forward. People are looking up to you. People are following your example. Can you help? How can you help? How can you best help another? Song right now, you only know you love her when you let her go. Somebody let this one go and is looking at this one and realizing, damn, that's fine. This is a queen. This is beautiful. Go, go, Aquarius. All right, so let's see. How does this apply? I'm going to go to the wisdom of the oracle. This can go many ways, so I'm going to pull a couple different cards from the wisdom of oracle, okay? Now, this person may be coming into your life. This may be someone you lost. This may be somebody you underestimated, right? Didn't recognize. You may be waking up and seeing this one. This may be somebody that is in your life that wants to help you, or this might be you. Ooh, butting of heads. Yeah, somebody definitely is missing this one. Somebody is missing this one's warmth, and this one's passion, and this one's energy, and this one's ability, and respecting. Like, this person is very respected, right? She wields her power in a very positive way. She's not trying to lord it over other people or control other people. She's taking control of her own life, right? And she's using it in a positive way. It's a beautiful energy. Okay, so for Aquarius, how does this apply? How may this apply to some of you? Wow. This person is clearly, she's the loyal heart. This person she's the queen. Now, do you have you may have the love of this one in your life. If you do, you got a good one there. This one is loyal. This one is loving. This one has looked in the mirror and seen themselves and recognizes who they are, recognizes their value, because look, this is the queen looking back at her king, right? So this is either what you want to reach for, or this is who's present in your life, or this is who you lost because you took them for granted. Because this song came on for a reason. You only know you love her when you let her go. Wow, you let that go? Let's see what can happen with this situation. Now, what's another message is, you know what? You might have let her go, but you know what? She's looking back at you. So all is not lost. Yes. So this is great emotion. This is imagining where you can go. Look at the song right now. My reputation's never been worse. Would you come meet me? Right? Somebody is having second thoughts and is looking back and has recognized, my reputation has never been worse. You must like me for me. Maybe this one didn't realize, you know what I'm seeing here as well, is that this one has always been this, but may not have recognized this and has come into her power, or his, right? But a lot of times we don't see ourselves this way. And it may be that this queen has been represented this way, and this king did not see himself as a king. and they looked in the mirror and saw, this is who I am. Look at, they're the same. They're equal, right? Somebody has recognized, so there's been growth happening here. So this is a great outpouring of emotion. This is a new beginning. This could be a love relationship coming into your life. This is the great wave. And it's in the upright. This is all in the upright. This is beautiful. Wow. Correct for neutrality on all. You know what? I think I'm going to go, I just heard stay. Okay, stay. You must like me for me, not recognizing that this is who they are. Do you see the love? Do you see the heart on this one? This one here is looking back at this one, and there's love around them. Is it chill that you're in my head? I know this is delicate. Geez, I don't know what happened, but this is very emotional time, but it's very positive. This is a new beginning. This is looking back and now seeing themselves. They've come to this level too. You know what? Sometimes it's the right person, the wrong time, and you're not on the same vibrational frequency. These two are clearly vibrating on the same frequency. Somebody was not willing to go to the distance. Somebody was not willing to go the distance. Are you ever dreaming of me? It didn't go the distance. So there was something that was here and it did not go the distance. Someone was either afraid to go the distance, was unable to go the distance, but it didn't go the distance. And now they're looking back. They weren't paying attention to their intuition. They weren't awake. They were asleep. They were not awakened. So someone has had an awakening. It's, you know, it's like they woke up and thought, oh my God, right? You only miss her. You only realize you love her when she's gone, or he. They were not aware. They were not aware. They were not awake. They were involved in something else. I don't know. They were upside down. But now the great wave is here. It's like, oh my God, the light's been turned on. I look back and I see myself. You're a reflection of me. And look what they're looking at. Damn. Okay, so where is this going? Song, give me a second. I need to get my story straight. My friends are in the bathroom higher than the Empire State. My lover, she's waiting for me. Just across the room. My seat's been taken by some sunglasses. Asking about her scar. I know I gave it to you months ago. That's what happened here. I know you're trying to forget. Because you know what? Between the drinks and the holes in my apologies, I'm trying to take it back. So this owl has looked back and has seen this one standing on their own, in their own personal power, and realizing, you know what? She's not dying without me. They've recognized they were not willing to go the distance. They were not awake. They were not aware, or they weren't listening. Correct for neutrality. One final message. Practice compassion. Okay, so I'm noticing her face. She's very focused. She's the queen of fire. So she's got a temper, or she's passionate, but she can have a temper, and she could bring that sword out and be the queen of swords. You know, she was left. You didn't go the distance. Someone closed their eyes to the situation, didn't listen to their higher self, walked away from them, and now they're wanting to come back. And there's this great outpour of emotion. This is like the Ace of Cups, someone coming to offer something. And she's thinking, I don't know, you know, after everything you put me through and after everything that happened, but Spirit's saying practice compassion. Try and see things from a different perspective. This was a growth process. This person is actually at the same level now. Maybe they weren't then. Maybe they were younger then. Maybe they acted immaturely at that time, right? But the light has been shed on the situation. They've recognized the light is shining on this bluebird of happiness, and it could be theirs. They wonder. We all have a choice, right? But there is loyalty and love. Maybe because this one remained loyal to this one. Even though that one didn't go the distance. Wow. Okay. So let's ask for a healing message from the healing from the angels. Whoa. It's almost time. I have no reason to run. See? This one ran. This one ran. Ran from the connection. Kindness. So there's going to be a reaching out. A kind gesture rekindles your belief in the power of love. Remember to be kind to yourself. It's your choice, whatever you choose to do. But there looks like there's going to be a reaching out. Some kind of a gesture is going to be made. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. And we're going to go on to fire signs. Okay, so aren't these cards beautiful? All righty. So we'll start with, I'm going to start with Sagittarius. I never start with Sagittarius. Sagittarius, and then we'll go Leo, and then we'll go Aries. Just so you don't think I'm prejudiced since I'm an Aries. Okay. We're going to start with the Divine Circus Oracle for you guys. Sagittarius. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For Sagittarius. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For Sagittarius. Here's this guy. Club isn't the best place to find a girl, so the bar is where I go. How do you figure that's the best place to find a girl, right? The bar or the club? Sounds like somebody's got a drinking problem. Okay, correct for neutrality on all levels. Two more. Sagittarius. Okay. So the Red Countess. So I get a couple of messages when I look at this. This little birdie whispered in my ear, but this little birdie is whispering in my ear. Whenever I see birds, it's like internet, tweeting, right? Gossip. A lot of people involved. This one doesn't look very certain of what they're going to do or what they believe, perhaps. This one's got a little bauble that they're bringing, right? So it's kind of like the devil on your shoulder and the angel up here, your higher self. This is saying something to you. It's graduation time, 21, and 2 and 1 is 3, which represents full circle completion as well as the ascended masters. But right now, you're trying to figure something out, and you're uncertain about what to do. Who am I dealing with right now? Sagittarius. Okay. So right now, something isn't quite right, or you're not quite certain about a situation. And there may have been gossip. You may have heard something. You may just have a thought. You may be getting messages. I'm focusing on this little blue bauble. So this is the truth. Search for the truth. Maybe the truth, it's not truthful what you're getting. What you're feeling something and it doesn't feel like the truth. I heard something on the internet. I heard something, a reader. How about this? I was listening to a reader and they said this is what was going on. I felt that this was happening. This is what my higher self was telling me, and this is what my reading said yesterday. But I was listening to this other reader and they said this, so now I'm conflicted. I have a doubt. That's the one thing that you know, when you ask for information from Spirit, you go to get it and you get it. Don't keep asking, because it's like you're looking for a problem. And everybody's going to have a different perspective, right? There's going to be possibly truth in something that everybody has to say. But if something resonates for you, and then you hear something and it gets you upset, it brings the temper out in you, it makes you feel jealous. If you are triggered in a negative way, you're out of balance. So graduation is listening. You're going to graduate past reaction. And you're going to ask Spirit for clarification for yourself. Before you allow yourself to lose your cool, get twisted, you're going to ask for clarification from Spirit. So let's ask Spirit what's going on in this situation. I'm going to ask for the Gaia Oracle. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I'm getting a headache. I'm getting a headache. So hold on. And it's in my left, the left temple, which is my heart side. So somebody may be pulling at your heartstrings. This is the left side of her, right? So they may be using, somebody may be bringing a gift or saying sweet words or bringing something, trying to make you believe something and or feel something, and you're just like, something is, I don't know. I just don't know how I feel. You know, I'm trying to make a decision about how I feel. About which direction I want to go. Do I trust this situation? Do I trust this person? Transformation, certainty, and confidence. Well, this is perfect because what you have happening right here is uncertainty. Lacking confidence in somebody else or in a situation. You're in your emotional waters. Pretty deep, right? So this is a very emotional situation for you, and you want to make the right choice. You want to make the right decision. You want to respond in the correct way. We don't want to react. We want to respond. We want the truth, right? Blue is the color of truth. We're not going to allow our passion to override us. We're not going to lose our temper. We're not going to feel choked or held back by something. We recognize there's been a lot of tears, blood, sweat, and tears over this situation. I'm calling on Spirit. I know where to go. I'm calling on Spirit because I will not act unless I have confidence in this situation or in this person. I want to be certain. I want to know the truth of the situation, and I know Spirit because I'm calling upon Spirit. Spirit is going to shine the light on it, and I will follow my true north. My true north comes from a place of honesty, open, integrity, honesty, compassion. Notice I said honesty twice. This star is in the water. So did you fall for a shooting star? Right? It's still shining though. So we're asking Spirit for guidance. So, okay, Spirit, give us guidance. What's happening in this situation? Can you show us the different things that this might apply to? Different ways we can look at this situation? Okay, so there's fear. I'm afraid to move forward. I'm lacking faith. So I'm lacking faith in this situation. I don't have faith in this situation. I am unwilling to move forward, or I don't have faith in it. I'm not willing to come to the edge. It doesn't matter what you bring me. It doesn't matter what presents you bring me. Something's not right here. I've had enough tears shed over this. I may have fallen for a shooting star, right? Someone is not willing. Someone has lost faith in this situation. Correct for neutrality and all levels. It's a new life. So it's the ending of something and the beginning of something else. Because when one door closes, another door opens. You've got options, right? You've got options, and that's what Spirit's telling you. You or someone else was unwilling to take a leap of faith, and now there's a new beginning. There was sadness here. There was a lot of tears shed in this situation. There might have been deception. Somebody might have stolen something from you. Your respect? Or did they take something from you, literally? Did they take you for granted? Was jealousy involved in this situation? Was temper involved in this situation? Whatever it is, you or someone else was not willing to go forward, did not take a leap of faith, will not take a leap of faith, and there is a new beginning. It could be that there has been a breakup. You've gone through a difficult situation. Doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be work, right? Very difficult situation. Trying to decide which way to go. I lost my job. And Spirit says, you know what? You've got a new beginning. That job, that tower fell because it wasn't built on a firm foundation. It wasn't in your highest good. There's a new life coming where you're going to be elevated, where you're going to be seen for who you are. Look at you're transforming. You've gone through a transformation. It might have been very difficult. Things were upside down, but now the new life begins. Ooh. All kinds of ways you can look at this. Like it, like it, like it. I like it when we do it that way because it can reach more people. Yep. So there was no life in this situation. Something is dead. Something, it will not prosper. Someone is not willing to take a leap of faith. There is no bringing this situation back. So you best move forward in your new life, your new position, your new place, because this is all there. I gave it a chance. I just heard on the radio. I gave it a chance. Okay? So I gave it a chance, and it didn't work out. And so I'm going to move forward and recognizing this is part of my transformation. I'm going to lean on Spirit for guidance, and I'm going to embrace my new life because I have the ability to move forward. I've got the creative energy. I've got the passion within me. I am connected to Spirit. Do it now. Do not put it off any longer. Have courage. Listen to your intuition. It is the guiding voice of your soul. So now there's another way of looking at this. One is all of that I just said. It wasn't working. You tried. You gave it a shot. It didn't work out. It was painful. It's time to move forward, and it's time to do it now. Or you were unwilling. You were uncertain. You didn't know what this is a choice. This is like the Two of Pentacles, trying to make a decision or juggling between two people, two jobs. It's been very blood, sweat, and tears. You've had a lot of sleepless nights over this, and maybe you were fearful. You just felt like, I don't want to go there. I don't feel like there's anything here for me. Or maybe you were unwilling to do so. But Spirit's saying that there is a creative opportunity opening up for you. Don't put it off any longer. Maybe you have been in such an indecision that something is dying, it's losing, it's falling apart because you haven't decided. It could be that as well. But it's mostly gone, right? And the focus is on embracing your new life. That's the focus. Okay. So now we go to Leo. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Who do we go to for Leo? Everyone needs something different. Did you hear that? We're going to go to the Psychic Tarot of the Heart for Leo. Everyone needs something different. You know, and that's what makes the world go round. Everyone needs something different. Everyone likes something different. Just because you do it your way doesn't mean that everyone else needs to do it that way or see it that way. We all get to do it our own unique way. That's what makes us heron people, crane people. We dance to our own beat, to our own drum. We don't care about keeping up with the Joneses. We do it our own way, right? I don't think other people read the way I read. I don't do spreads the way other people do. This is the way Spirit taught me how to do it. I'm getting comfortable. You guys have watched me go through, you know, changes, and we're always evolving. Everybody does it differently. Leo, correct for neutrality on all levels. For Leo, okay, so you have rested and retreated, and you've been on a timeout. So now you're coming out of this. So this is like the Hermit. You've gone in. Now the thing is with the Hermit, it's funny. I listen to other readers, and not all, but most people talk about the Hermit as, you know, going in isolation, right? You're by yourself. But that isn't the truth of what the Hermit is. The Hermit is a wise man. The Hermit is shown as Archangel Uriel, who's very, very enlightened. And what they do is they go in. They go within themselves. This is just a picture, like a symbolic way of looking at a visualization of you going within yourself. When I heard in my meditation, remember a couple of years ago, when the great wave comes, go to the mountain with the tablets. And I was like, what? Okay, the great wave is clearly a great wave of emotion. It was in a very emotional time that was overwhelming. Where do you go? You go to the mountain. In the Bible, the mountain with the tablets was Mount Sinai. And Moses went to God to get guidance. That's where he went. So you go to your higher self, to the mountain with the tablets. Who holds the tablets? The mountain that holds the tablets is your Heavenly Father. And the tablets were the law. The law, it was the Moses was given the 10 Commandments, right? The moral code. So you go to your mountain, your own personal mountain with your moral code. What is best for my moral integrity? for who I am, for my truth, for my highest good, in my highest self. This is what the Hermit does. The Hermit takes all of the knowledge from Spirit. See the light coming down here? They're getting downloads. And they're thinking deeply. They're in meditation. So the number 9 means get to work, light worker. You have everything you need in front of you to move forward on your spiritually illuminated path. Well, you have been spiritually illuminated. You have had your download. You have rested. Maybe they're just showing you the Hermit as you have isolated yourself. Maybe you did isolate yourself. You pulled yourself away. Maybe you were not well and you have been recuperating, but now you're coming out, right? Because this is telling you, this is not about going in. This is about coming out now. So now you move forward, and the next message after you've got everything you need, you've had your enlightenment, you know what the truth is, you have your gifts. Stop procrastinating. Stop sitting up there and wasting time, because that's what you're doing. You're procrastinating. So let's go to the wisdom of the oracle and ask, what is this in regards to, or what different ways can this apply? Correct for neutrality. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Leo. For Leos. Unfinished symphony. Okay, there's something that's not finished that needs to be finished. And look at the succession, 9, 10. An ending. You need to wrap something up. There's something that needs to be addressed that has been unfinished, that you left unfinished because you withdrew, you retreated, and you need to take care of something. You need to go back, or you need to go forward. Whatever it is, you need to go finish something. You or somebody else. Let's see what this is in regards to. Correct for neutrality. So something undone. So it's interesting to me. I have a friend who's a Leo, and he's a musician. So it's like, so here's one, just because of that scenario, I'm getting a message. In that case, you've pulled back, and it's time to come out and make music. It's time to come out and create. It's time to come out from your introspection and put yourself out there. It's time for the world to hear you, right? It's time for you to share your gifts. Something is unfinished that needs to be expressed in a harmonious way. Bringing harmony back into your life, and it's Spirit saying, you can do this. You have the ability to do this. You've been upside down. You've retreated. You've pulled away. You've been thinking about it, but now you got to finish. You got to sing your truth, so you got to say something. A jewel within a teardrop. Now, this is interesting. So this is something that's been very difficult. Something's been very painful and sad. But when through this sadness, through this depth of emotion, this, again, an ending that took place, something that was very emotional for you. But through this, you went inside. This is like going in the dark night of the soul, and you have reconnected with an aspect of yourself. This, again, a spiritual transformation. So this is, and again, this is telling the Hermit to come out. This is upright. Again, 10 and 10. Your transformation is complete. It's time to come out. Song right now, I've been thinking about you all day. I hope you feel the same way. So there is a connection that needs to be spoken about here. And the jewel within the teardrop also speaks about something that's been painful and sad, but actually there's a gift. There's a jewel within that teardrop. Whether either you've learned something wonderful about yourself, you've recognized something, or there's something waiting for you. I already know there ain't no stopping your plans. So something you pulled away, it caused sadness and pain to another, or you went into this deep, deep place. You've had a spiritual transformation, and you're coming back out to finish something, to complete something, to come into harmony with something. Eternal love. Okay, there's a love relationship here. Harmony and happiness and fulfillment. This is really intriguing. I'm going to show you guys. I have this on my wall. I took a trek, my quest up to Northern California, the first one. And I was on Moonstone Beach, and I found this piece of seaweed. Look at it. And what it's showing is that even though you've taken a journey, right? One of you took a journey. The other was on their journey as well. and you were crossing over. It was like you were coming together. You came together at points, but separated again, right? But you've always stayed together, even though you've been apart. There's something that's unfinished here, right? And now, whatever this introspection, this transformation, this enlightenment, this deep healing that's taken place, now, even though there's been pain and sadness, there's no way I'm leaving here without you. There's a reconnection. The sun is shining. There's a rainbow, which is a promise of good things after a storm. That is the jewel within the teardrop. Happiness, harmony, fulfillment. That's in front of you. You have that in front of you. Wow. And you already know. You already know this. So whatever this has been, that's been a difficult time between you and another, it's about to be resolved. The page is turning, and the sun is shining. The sun is shining. An end of that situation. You've reached 10. There's no more to go. Now you're at this spot. This is where you are. And this is what you have the ability to have. So, wow. Wow. Okay, I'm just going to go to the Healing Angel cards because that's pretty clear. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Am I more than you bargained for yet? Huh. I'm just dying to tell you anything you want to hear right now, because that's who I am this week. Okay, so somebody has been watching someone else, but not speaking. I want to be him. There's been no communication between these two. We're always sleeping for the wrong team. We're going down in an earlier round. Loaded God complex. Cock it and pull it. Okay, this is positive from what I'm looking at here. This song, this message is another way of looking at it. Make sure that somebody's not coming forward wanting something just because they've lost it. Right? Sugar, we're going down swinging. I'll be your number one with a bullet. A loaded God complex. Cock it and pull it. So make sure you don't have somebody coming with an offer and they're just a player and they just want what they can't have and they've caused you heartache. Make sure whoever this one is that's writing in, you ask the right questions and you be cautious. Now, another way of looking at it, when I looked up the lyrics to this song, it's actually what they're telling is, this person, I've been watching you all this time, it's driving me crazy. That's who I want to be with, but I didn't come forward. I didn't speak. There had to be a transformation and enlightenment that took place. We've kept crossing paths, but we'd see each other, but it just didn't happen. And when you say I want to be your number one with a bullet, loaded God complex, basically it's, I know you love me, I know you want me, and I want you too. So there is an arrogance here. Who are we dealing with? Leo? Yeah, well, Leo in reverse is arrogance, and we don't want that. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Creative potential. Well, there's the creative potential. It's even the right colors. So you have creative potential waiting to be expressed. Here's the unfinished symphony, right? You're free to express all your heart's desires. And what needs to happen right now is you need to make sure that you express yourself in the appropriate manner. Right? A new idea comes to you like a gentle whisper inside your heart. Listen and take action. This is inspiration from high above. So you're listening to your higher self. Here comes a little birdie with the message, and you're listening. So creative action. Now what we want to do is we want to focus on, I'm going to skip these little cards, and I'm going to go to the Romance Angels, because I want to see if they know what I'm looking for. No players allowed, right? No players allowed. No users, no players, no I want you because somebody else has you. This all looked gravy. It all looked great, right? But we got to look at both sides. Yeah, you don't want things to fall over like a house of cards. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Something must have gone wrong in my brain. All the chemicals up in my brain. chemicals in my veins. All the highs and all the pains, the highs and lows, it's almost like it's a bipolar thing, right? Highs and lows, depression, sadness, somebody suffering from depression, sadness, somebody that was upside down in their emotions, right? You intoxicate me. There's something between us. Everybody knows we have unfinished business. You're like nicotine. You're like a drug in me. So I can't. So is this like an addictive? Is this a codependent relationship? Or is this healthy? Keep an open mind. It's you, babe. I'm a sucker for all. Okay, so this is what my attitude right now. See this person's face? Yeah, you're all here right now and all sweet and light. Where the hell have you been? Right? This one's like, I'm not quite so certain. Spirit's saying, your soulmate may differ from your usual type of and expectations. Maybe you were expecting someone else. Yeah, that's a fact, right? Expecting something else, a different energy, and maybe it's not what you were thinking. Keep an open heart and mind. Forgiving and learning. Okay, so maybe what it means is your soulmate is different than what you thought was because you expected something else. You didn't know. Maybe it didn't go the way you thought it was supposed to go. Clearly, it didn't. There was a lot of sadness. There was a lot of, connecting and then pulling apart. And there's definitely something unfinished. Now, okay, there's something unfinished here. There needs to be a discussion, right? There needs to be a discussion here. There needs to be forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. So there needs to be a discussion. It's you, babe. A new love. Now, this is upside down. So this is showing me the same situation here. This is the Grail Knight. Now, I don't know if you guys know the song. Well, you know, I always talk about we're on each other's team. It says, so the cups got broke beneath my feet, but it wasn't my fault. That's somebody not willing to take responsibility for their actions. The cups got broke beneath my feet, but it wasn't my fault. This one is disinclined to listen, right? I'm busy. I'm working. And Spirit's saying, hear them out. This person's on their knees offering. This is an offer. And you know what's interesting is we don't want to come from a place of pride and unforgiveness, but we also have self-respect. This person speaks their truth, right? This person's wearing blue. And this person comes dressed in armor. So this person has got like a combative energy or is very self-protected, completely covered in head to toe in armor. So not open, not expressive, protecting their heart. And this may have been, this has been going on and on, right? There is something unfinished here. But this says a new love. So the new love is upside down. So this one's coming back. Now, are they coming back in a different way? And that's why this love is new, because this one is not wanting to hear what this one has to say or doesn't trust them. And this one doesn't trust them, right? And Spirit's saying, keep an open mind. You know, right now, you can make a sick man change his ways. There's something spiritual. I feel like I've been locked out of paradise, locked out of heaven. Okay. Release your ex. So the time has come to release your ex. So if this is an ex coming from the past, that there was just nothing but heartache and pain, and they're coming in with an offer that's going to be a hit it and quit it, it's time to release your ex. However, there may have been somebody that has been remunerating about the past, and that was what the problem was. They were holding on to an ex, a relationship from the past, heartache from the past that was not allowing them to move forward, that was keeping them isolated because they had something else in mind for their soulmate. And maybe they were looking at you in a different way. They didn't see you for who you were, and now they're back. You're being told to release this energy. Stop remunerating on the past. Let go of the pain. That's the forgiveness. That's the forgiving. And you have me on my knees testifying. You can make a sick man change his ways. So this person may have been seeing this person as behaving in the same way an ex did in their life and was not willing to allow them in, right? This is crying and heartache over something. And as you release and heal the past, which is what you're being asked to do as well, release the energy. So both need to release the past because the feelings are real and Spirit says they are worth exploring. So there's definitely got to be truth that needs to be spoken. Somebody's locked out. Somebody's been locked out of the other person's life. And it's pretty clear that it might have been in the past. Well, it was very clear in the past. This one was unwilling. This one was closed off. But now, this one's on guard. This one's not stupid. This one says, you know what? I know my worth. I've spent too much time crying, hurt. And now you come back around. How many times are you going to do this? Right? Is this just a never-ending story? It's all sunshine and happiness now, but you've done this how many times? And when you cross my path, you leave again. Don't come back if you're going to leave again. Right? Don't waste my time. And Spirit's saying, well, it's worth exploring. Achievement. So it's easy often to forget where you started from and how far you've come. Honor and be grateful for this extraordinary journey that is your life. So they are honoring the fact that this has been a journey of growth. And this is saying that you do have the ability to have happiness, harmony, and fulfillment in this relationship. But there needs to be truth spoken, and somebody needs to accept responsibility for their actions. That's pretty clear. All right. So now we go to Aries. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I felt that. I felt that really intense. Like my head is pounding right now. I felt that energy very, very intensely. So, Aries, and then we're done. My God, we're at 2 hours. Okay, correct for neutrality on all levels. I gotta turn off the radio, I can't think. What deck? Okay, I heard Wisdom of the Golden Path, and I don't even think I have that out here. Wisdom of the Golden Path. Do I have that out here? I don't. How interesting. Okay, hold on. Wisdom of the Golden Path. Wow. That's interesting. I can't have every single deck out here. I've got like 75. All right. So for Aries, this is a deck by Tony Carmine Salerno, I think. I love him. I've got a lot of his decks. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. And you know what? In a situation like that, you can't, and somebody that's coming back, you can't come from a place of ego. Because if you've put somebody through that, and even though you may have had your own issues for whatever, if you were not communicative and you just ditch somebody, you know, you best not show up with an attitude, right? You best not show up with, it wasn't my fault, or a half-assed, you know, life happens sometimes. You don't show up with that attitude, or you don't show up at all. And that has nothing to do with the other person not being willing to forgive or being compassionate. It has to do with, you know, the way you address a situation. You can completely diffuse a negative situation by your demeanor and by the way that you come across. But if you've already played somebody and hurt somebody, you better be on your knees. You know? It has, and I mean that. I am the easiest person to forgive. Oh my God. But not if there's not sincerity. I'm an energy reader, right? So I know when somebody's blowing smoke up my ass. And it has to do with, you know, reaching the place where we grow strong on our own. And we know our self-worth. And we only vibrate towards ones that are of our level. And that doesn't mean we think we're better than someone. It means that we draw to us someone that we deserve. Someone that's worthy of us. Because the love that we give out, we deserve to have back. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. 2 more. I like the way this deck shuffles. It's really smooth. And look how smoothly. See, so I'm not being, you may be wondering, this is not butting heads. This is going, whoop, right when I say it. This is interesting to me. This looks like the bridge in Sturgeon Bay and it's stuck. All right, correct for neutrality on all levels. For Aries, Sea of Love. I love this artist. Isn't that beautiful? So you see this one. She's definitely in her emotional waters. And she's standing there open, right? She's naked, she's vulnerable, she's exposed. She has love flowing all around her, wrapped around her completely. She is completely surrounded in love. But she doesn't look confident. She looks hurt. Look at her face. Her psychic antennae is long and smooth. Her hair is not in knots. So she is connecting energetically. This is a very emotional situation. It's like this is a positive sign because her arms are not folded across her chest. Like the one we saw in this, I mean, let me see here. This one, if her hands weren't carrying buckets of you know, her cleaning stuff, she would probably have her hands folded over her chest, right? Because look at her expression. This one is more hurt than she is angry. And a lot of times people may come across tough when they're actually really hurt. So this person has been very hurt. It's been very, very emotional. But she has recognized that she deserves love. She sees that love is being showered upon her, but she is not certain. So the fact that her arms are back shows that she's willing and open, but it's like her lip is trembling, right? She wants you to know, I was honest, I was open, I'm hiding nothing. This is who I am. And my heart is hurting. This is very, very emotional for me. So the fact that she's in the upright and she's standing there presenting herself shows that she's willing, and Spirit's asks, I think what's happening is Spirit is talking to her. Because this is Spirit's, this is when we go to the ocean, the ocean is the greatest conductor of energy, greatest conductor of source. And these emotional waters are wrapping around her, and so is love falling from heaven. So to me, there's a little bit of a twist in this. It's not in a knot, but it's twisted, right? She's got a flush on her cheeks. But Spirit's saying, let the past go. It can't hurt you anyway. Allow your tears to fall. Allow yourself to be feeling the love that's surrounding you. There is a positive change that's happening. There is love here. Are you feeling bad about yourself? Are you embarrassed? Are you ashamed? Do you feel exposed? Do you feel raw? Spirit's wanting you, just like they've been talking to us about it for a while. And I did it last night. It's very important for us to soak in a sea salt bath. This is it again, you guys. This is the ocean. Draw the negative feelings, the sadness, the shame, the embarrassment, the anger, whatever, the pain. Allow us to gently draw it away from you. Gently, because there's love pouring down upon you. We're proud of you for standing in your truth, being open. Maybe you've been attacked. Maybe you've been misjudged. Maybe you've been maligned. Maybe you've been gossiped about. Maybe you feel like this. You know how the opposite of this, you know, when you have to get up and give a speech in front of people and they say, see the audience naked. You have felt naked. You have felt vulnerable and exposed for whatever reason. But Spirit says, feel the love that's surrounding you and the healing waters as well. And allow yourself to let the past go. If you are feeling guilty about something, if you're feeling bad about something, I don't feel that though in this. I don't feel guilt or bad. I feel sadness, embarrassment, humiliation. Like you were taken advantage of, taken for granted. Taken advantage of is what I'm hearing. But you're still standing. You're standing tall. And you know what? It's like, to me, I feel like you took it on the chin. And you're standing there. And it's been, it's almost like you've got two things happening at one time. You may be being splashed on. Somebody may have splashed their emotional waters on you. Somebody else may have been in a difficult place and you were just like caught in the wake, right? But Spirit is showing love and wrapping love around you. So there's two things happening at the same time, it feels like to me. You're coming from a place of love. And you're being spit on. You're being splashed on. Someone's splashing their waters on you. And it might just be that you got caught up in somebody else's story. But it hurt you. There's tattoos on your arm. Tattoos are what we call permanent scars. You know that song, Did You Fall in Love with a Shooting Star? Someone without a permanent scar? You have permanent scars. You've been through it. You carry the scars. But you stand there proud to carry your scars. This is who I am. You're expressing yourself honestly and openly. This is who I am. I am not hiding anything. I come from a place of love. I don't deserve to be treated with disrespect. I deserve to be treated with love. But Spirit says, yes, that's true. That is true. Let the past go. Forgive what has happened. Recognize that it's made you strong. You're standing on your own, but you made it through that turbulent water. That great wave came and it splashed you. But Spirit's shining love down on you. And you deserve it. And treat yourself with self-love. Okay, one card flew out and landed on the floor. And it's this one. Same person. So right now, someone that you have been thinking about is also thinking of you. And you have that look on your face. These are the Phoenix rising. This is truth. This is someone coming clean. This is also a message coming. This is also, it could be email or a text message, communication. But they are thinking about you as well. They know what you've been through. They know what they did. You may have pulled away. There's love and healing happening here. This is a healing place. So right now, maybe in your situation, you've lost somebody. And you feel like you've just been stripped bare. It's been extremely emotional, very difficult for you. You're barely holding it together, but you are. It could be someone has died. And they want you to know that they're with you. This is the resurrection. This is the Phoenix rising, and they're right there with you. They have not left you. They are with you. And they want you to take the time to heal. And feel the love. Their love, the green, they're giving you love and healing. They're sending you love and healing. There's that aspect. There could be a distance between you and another. And you've been extremely sad about it. It's been extremely emotional. There's a lot of love. There may be a lot of love and emotion between you and another. A great sea of it. But they're not there. And you're missing them. And this is letting you know that I feel the same. I miss you too. I'm thinking about you too. This may be that you have been through this extremely emotional, painful time, raw and exposed time, but you have pulled away. You've done your healing. You're releasing the past. This is the past. You've transformed. And you're still in a place of healing. And you're still coming from, you're honest and open. Look at the colors. This is purity. but you're healing. So that you're in a state of healing at this moment, is what I'm getting from this. You're in a state of healing. So, what deck? Romance Angels. I don't use this deck very often. It's pretty beat up. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Gosh, this reading has been going on forever. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Aries. What different ways can this apply? Playfulness. Okay, so it's time to recapture. In order to bring romance back into your life, maybe you've been isolated, alone. You've done a lot of transformation and healing. You've been hurt. You've come through it. And now you want to bring playfulness back into your life. You want to get out of this somber place, right? You don't want to be in an isolated place either. It's time to mingle, right? Get out there. Get yourself out there. So this separation, there was time apart from your partner. That's why you were sad. But now it's in reverse. So there's going to be a coming together. There was a distance between you and another. You may have not been connecting here. You weren't connecting, but here, Spirit's saying they're connecting with you as well. They're hearing you as well. They're feeling you as well. Religious factors kept you apart. What's interesting about this message is, God, I know what this means. I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness, and we were only allowed to be with Jehovah's Witnesses. We weren't allowed to associate even with people that were not in the same faith as us. So I understand this. I liked somebody in high school, and I wasn't allowed to go out with him because he wasn't a Jehovah's Witness. And so I understand that. But then as we ascend and we awaken, we realize that we're not bound to man-made religion. We're not bound to man's rules. We are sovereign beings. We get a choice in our life. But this is telling you that your love life was affected by religious factors. It could have been you were of a different religion, right? It could have been your spiritual path. One person was not a spiritual person and you were. You went out on your spiritual path and you started your spiritual work, and the other person wasn't awake. They weren't ready. And that's what was affecting it. You deserve love. You know that, though. You know that you deserve love. And you are lovable. And you know what? You shoot your arrow. You send out what it is that you want, your rockets of desire, according to your highest self and what you know you deserve in your heart, and you let it fly. You don't tell it where to go. You let it fly, because your arrow is going to hit the mark that's deserving for you. Right? There's no chasing. Right here, healing family issues. There was no healing. There was unrest in a family. There was problems with parents. Parents were involved in this situation. There was either this was your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. It's in the reverse. So there were parents involved in this situation that needed healing, that caused a problem between you and your partner. And the minds were closed. They refused to see. They expected something different. Something was expected of this one. The family expected something of this one. Right? Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. The family and the religion. This is so loud for me, I can't even tell you. I already know this, right? We already know this. So I'm going to go somewhere else and I'm going to ask, so what's the outcome of this? We already know this. This is just going on and on. So, correct for neutrality. We'll go to the Whispers of Love. And then I got to wrap this up because I haven't even had my breakfast and it's already noon. Noon o'clock. I got to get to work. Actions speak loudly. Okay, so this was sideways. So it's just the way I dropped the deck. So actions speak loudly. And that's kind of what I'm thinking too. Actions speak a lot louder than words. Don't give me a line of bullshit, right? There's been, you know that you deserve love. You've been hurt. You've healed. You're in the process. I don't think you have healed. I think you're in the process of healing. Spirit wants you to lighten up your energy. There has been a distance with the one you love. There were family expected something else. Religious factors that kept you apart. And now actions speak loudly. So express your love through your actions. So it's either you that are expected to do this or someone else is. And that's what moves you forward. And this is blue. This is the color of truth. So speak your truth, right? This is an energetic connection. You can see the energy. This one feels the connection, absolutely. Look at the hippie daisies. What's interesting about this being the Aries card is that daisies are the flower of the Aries people. And this bird, is this a bird? Is this a dove of peace? Is this a raptor? This one is bringing a sprig. And remember when Moses, why do I always say Moses? When Noah was in the ark, he would send the bird out, the dove of peace. This doesn't look like a dove's beak to me, but there is somebody bringing an offer here. He would send the dove out, and when the dove finally came back with a sprig, a little branch, they knew that the waters had receded, the emotional waters had receded. So it's been a very, very emotional situation. It was very turbulent. So somebody may have been hesitating or waiting, right? But it's like, you know what? You need to act. So there is healing. This one comes with love and healing, this green, and truth. And they're carrying a branch. So it looks to me as though this energetic connection, there's an offer being made. This is a raptor. So this is someone who came across like a predator, the way they treated you, the way you felt. Cutting words, sharp. But there's growth that's happened and healing, and there's clearly love, and this one wants to carry this one, wants to support this one. And there's confirmation in that. So I'm going to do one more and then we got to go. Correct for neutrality. Lily wants to be fed. She's demanding lately. She's so hungry, and she started to eat finally, so I'm going to hold it this way. All right, so it's in the upright. The only thing is that is real is love. So shift your focus from the problem back to love. Okay, what would love say? What would love do? Right? The number 7, you are on the right path, and it will exceed your expectations, and your Father is holding your hand. So here's the tree, right? The family tree, which is our own, all of us. All of us. And there are the doves. This is peace. There's a rainbow after a difficult time, and as long as you stay on your spiritual path and you focus on what would love say, what would love do, you're on the correct path, and it will exceed your expectation. So shift your focus away from the problem, focus on the love. Actions will speak louder than words. So it remains to be seen. So there you go. All right, you guys, at 2 hours and 23 minutes, we're at a wrap. Now, that's a message in itself. I'll give it to you. 223 says, a healing miracle is imminent, engendered by your faith and clear connection to one or more ascended masters who have heard and answered your prayers. So there you go. All right, love you guys.